Insulin and the difference with type 1 and type 2 diabetes. The role of insulin with diabetes. People's first introduction to diabetes is when they see someone being injected with insulin. However, there are different types of diabetes, so do you need insulin depending on the type of diabetes? This depends, and in this video, the fourth in the series of the secrets of diabetes, you'll find out the role of insulin and the difference with type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Before then, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to access other helpful videos, and then kindly click the grey bell icon to be notified of future videos being uploaded to the Natural Health Guys channel. Remember that whether you have type 1 or type 2 diabetes, they're both serious diseases that can cause death. Here are some sobering thoughts to ponder. 1. Diabetes cases have increased fourfold since 1980 and continues to grow. 2. Type 1 diabetes was more prominent in the late 1800s and early 1900s, whilst type 2 diabetes was considered rare. Today, type 2 diabetes makes up over 90% of all diabetes cases and is referred to as a lifestyle disease. It's no coincidence that the change in diet from natural food full of nutrients, minerals and vitamins, to man-made sugar-rich processed food is behind this. 3. WHO, the World Health Organization, expect diabetes to be the 7th highest cause of death by 2030. Insulin is the hormone that regulates your blood sugar levels, so it's important to maintain and keep the pancreas that produces insulin in a healthy state. If you have type 1 diabetes, you'll require insulin because your pancreas can't produce enough of it. For type 2 diabetes, lifestyle changes to your diet and the frequency of exercise can be very effective, especially for reversing the disease. It's usually when those changes don't get your diabetes under control that insulin may be required if you maintain a diabetic state for a significant period of time. However, there are 3 key aspects of diabetes and insulin to keep in mind at all times, and this is best explained by understanding the differences between prediabetes, type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes as follows. Number 1. Type 1 diabetes and how insulin plays a part. The key characteristics of type 1 diabetes can be summarized as 1. Type 1 diabetes was once called juvenile diabetes because the majority of cases diagnosed were found in young adults and children. 2. It's also possible to develop type 1 diabetes later in life. 3. The disease is an autoimmune disorder, meaning that your immune system attacks the insulin-producing cells in your pancreas. 4. Your body, therefore, does not produce enough of the hormone called insulin. 5. Without healthy levels of insulin, your body cannot process glucose properly. 6. Glucose is used as energy for your body. 7. When it's stored away as fat rather than released to the parts of your body which require it for fuel, you lose energy, feel fatigue, and become overweight or obese. 8. This leads to a number of unhealthy conditions. 9. Since your body can't produce enough insulin for you to use glucose efficiently, you need to take insulin, usually by injection. Number 2. Type 2 diabetes and how insulin plays a part. The key characteristics of type 2 diabetes can be summarized as 1. Your body may be producing enough insulin, but it isn't as effective as it should be. 2. Owing to certain physiological processes not working properly, with chronic inflammation being at the heart of it, your blood glucose levels are persistently high. 3. An unhealthy diet and little physical activity are 2 lifestyle choices that can and do lead to high glucose levels. 4. Your body is making enough insulin to handle normal levels of glucose, but you're bombarding your system with too much glucose, and your insulin can't keep up. 5. With many cases of type 2 diabetes, increasing regular physical activity and making dietary changes is enough to bring your blood glucose back to a normal level. 6. This is why insulin injections aren't always required with type 2 diabetes. 7. When the condition is diagnosed early, simple oral medications and a healthy diet, accompanied with regular physical activity, is often a successful protocol for beating diabetes. Number 3. Regular testing can reveal prediabetes. Prediabetes is detected by a blood test measuring your glucose or sugar levels in your blood. The key characteristics of prediabetes can be summarized as 1. In almost every instance, prediabetes occurs before type 2 diabetes. 2. Prediabetes is a warning sign of things to come if you don't implement lifestyle changes straight away. 3. If you ask your doctor to regularly check for prediabetes, you may never have to deal with the more serious and dangerous type 2 diabetes diagnosis. 4. However, in some cases with type 2 diabetes, you may have a choice as to whether to use insulin or not. 5. This is because if your glucose level spikes dramatically and quickly, insulin is much faster at returning your blood sugar level to a healthy range than diet and exercise. 6. Healthy nutrition and physical activity form a lifestyle plan for beating prediabetes and type 2 diabetes, but when a dangerous spike in blood sugar is experienced, an injection of insulin is sometimes required. 7. Another reason why type 2 diabetes sufferers may decide to take insulin is because diabetes medications can be expensive. If they're not covered by your insurance, insulin could be a much cheaper option for getting your blood sugar under control. In the next video, you'll find out what a normal blood sugar or glucose level is for you. We hope you found this video, Insulin and the Difference with Type 1 and Type 2 Diabetes, helpful and of interest, so please feel free to share with people you think will also find this video worth watching. And don't forget to leave a comment or ask a question in the comments section below this video. To get more videos like this one, why not become an exclusive subscriber of this channel? By clicking on the subscribe button in the bottom right corner of this video, and then click the grey bell icon to ensure you get notified of when the next video is uploaded. If you'd like more information about the many aspects of diabetes for you or anyone you know who suffers with prediabetes, type 1 diabetes, or type 2 diabetes, check out the other videos in this series by clicking on the end screen coming up. And finally, many thanks for watching.